What a game. The Vegas Golden Knights defeat the Anaheim Ducks 5-4. It got pretty close there towards the end. They finally get back on track here. Their third win over the past 9 games now. Let's go over the game, the takeaways that I had. We'll start with the lines. There is a brief thing I want to mention. But just overall, this is a win. It's not perfect. They didn't say it was going to be easy. This is a win that the Golden Knights definitely needed, and there's a lot to like in this game, but also there's some things that need to be addressed. First and foremost, we'll get to it. It'll be a takeaway here. The fact that multiple players got off the score slump sheet and got some goals. Nicolas with 2, Evgenii Dadonov, Michael Amadio. We'll get to that, but first let's go over the lines real quick because there were a lot of changes, and I want to address something as well. So Peter DeBoer goes with Nicolas, who ends up scoring 2 goals on the night on the first line for the right wing, replaces him and Chandler Stephenson. They kind of flip-flop. Misfit line stays the same. Jake Leschyshyn goes in for Brett Howden. I'm not sure if Howden's hurt, but he might just be scratched. I don't know. He had that offensive surge here in mid-February, and then he's kind of been absent ever since. He could be hurt, or Jake Leschyshyn he could be hurt because Jake Leschyshyn was called on an emergency loan. He's called up every other day though, but he slides in on the fourth line. Brossoit gets to start of this one with it being a back-to-back, and then Brayden McNabb's out. So that's the one thing I wanted to mention. I was going to make it a takeaway, but it's kind of a sad one, so I decided to, get rid of it. Brayden McNabb is out with a hand injury. He was the only Golden Knights player that had played in every single game up to this point in the season. That's over now. So for the first time in franchise history, the Golden Knights will not have a player this year that will play all 82 games unless they trade for somebody. But, that person wouldn't play for them. I don't know if Peyton Krebs was going to play 82. And then Alex Tuck. So I'm trying to think of players that were traded away. No. So let's start off with something I alluded to earlier. My first takeaway, it was almost the perfect win. It's a win. It's 2 points. That's what the Golden Knights needed in the first place, okay? But there are some aspects in this game that you need to look at and be like, that's bad. First and foremost, that first goal. Laurent Brossoit needs to pay attention. I don't know what happened on that first goal. Also, another thing, the Golden Knights special teams lacked tonight. They were 0 for 4 on the power play, and they gave up 2 power play goals. So an area of which the Golden Knights need to improve, obviously, there. And then just the fact that the Ducks could have came back and they didn't quit. You knew that was going to happen heading into the third period. But, it was a 1-goal game that the Ducks could have scored with the 6-on-4 there. Doesn't happen. The Golden Knights escape with 2 points. But a lot of things that'll be looked at in practices and in the video room for the Golden Knights because it was not a perfect win. I say almost, though, of course, because of that, and almost the perfect win because there was a lot to like for the Golden Knights in this game. Most importantly, the depth scoring showing up. Ben Hutton scores tonight. That was the first goal. There's a bunch of droughts that were ended here, most notably Dadonov and Raw. But, there's also things like the Golden Knights finally getting a goal from a defenseman for the first time in 8 games with Ben Hutton scoring his 100th career NHL point. And then Michael Amadio scoring 3 points, which, you'll definitely take it, but you don't expect that out of him. And then, of course, 16 games for him. First goal in 16 games. Second goal in 16 games. And then Dadonov's first point in 15 games. Dadonov still needs to score a goal. DeBoer called it out after the Bruins lost the guys in the lineup. He didn't mention anyone by name, but you could tell he was talking about Dadonov, Janmark, who's not playing right now, but guys that have gone 10-plus games without scoring. He gets 2 goals from Nicolas, and that's part of the reason why he's on the first line now. Obviously, the Golden Knights' best period tonight was the second period, in which they scored 4 goals. There was no quit in the second period. I really liked the Golden Knights' play in that frame, not only because of the goals, but because, that wasn't just the Golden Knights dominating. It was 4-2, if you take that period as a game itself. The Ducks scored 2 in that period as well. Delorier had the goal, but the Golden Knights responded. They traded goals there up until the end of the period, and that's what good teams do. They come back and they respond after a big goal from a guy like Delorier, who does not score a lot for the Ducks. The player that, outside of Nicolas, that I was the most impressed with tonight, and just have been ever since he returned from his minor flu injury, has been Jonathan Marchessault. He's had a fantastic year just overall, but I really have seen him just increase his effort each and every night ever since he returned from when he had the flu. And I guess just since the All-Star break overall, he is, in my opinion, he has been the Golden Knights' best player since I don't know when. Probably maybe all season. I mean, Pacioretty was probably your best player in like December. Eichel maybe these past couple of games. But no, most consistent player is Jonathan Marchessault. He's got 23 goals on the season now. He scored tonight. And he's leading by example. Marchessault surprised me. Like, when I first started covering the Golden Knights, I was surprised that he was never an alternate captain, like, regularly. Tonight, he gets the A with Brayden McNabb out of the lineup. He's an original misfit. That we say that a lot with, the misfit line. But that does so much to these guys' character and, just the way that they can lead these teams. The way he speaks in the press conferences, especially against the Bruins, when, he kind of called the team out. He's like, we need to be better. And sure enough, he leads by example. And he's got 2 goals in his last 2 games, something like that. And I really think he should be a permanent alternate captain. I know there's a lot of candidates on the Golden Knights that deserve that. But Marchessault, is he the face of the franchise right now? Like, because Stone's out, Eichel is just coming in, Fleury's gone. So, I don't know. Marchessault's so underrated. And I think I'm going to do a full feature on him tomorrow because he deserves a lot more credit for what he's been doing this year. I guess I did put it as a separate takeaway, looking at my little notes here that you can probably see because my framing's not right. But the Golden Knights special teams, as I mentioned earlier, struggled tonight. They let in 2 power play goals, didn't score on the power play as well. Not much to say there. I'm just going to keep mentioning the Golden Knights now 2 for 35 streak on the power play as of recently until they score. Say what you want to say about not having Stone, not having Pacioretty. Eichel had some good looks tonight. He hit the post like twice. The Ducks hit the post like 3 times tonight. Could have been a different game of inches, stuff like that. But that'll do it for this one. Thank you all for watching. Did a little bit of a different one here with the Golden Knights on the road, the post game with the National Hockey Now YouTube channel. So be sure to subscribe. It's not just me here on this channel. It's all of our 16 writers from across the league. So be sure to like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys all in the next video.